Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR Today, Monday morning, July 12th, 2021. The man they call Meathead, the lovely and road warrior, Linda Kay. You're out on the road again last week, right? You were out doing shows?
Yeah, but not too far from Milwaukee, about an hour west, a little northwest. We had our annual show at the Asherpin Fireman's Picnic out in Asherpin, Wisconsin on Saturday. And this time, Meathead, I know we briefly touched on it last week,
Yeah.
but I was relieved of my ring announcing duties because I was added to the card
What?
for the show. And yeah, I had a one-on-one match with Sierra, who's from Milwaukee as well.
Wow. So relieved as in you don't ring announce anymore, or just for the Astropen show?
Just for the Asherpin show. I mean, I have a little in-ring history with Asherpin due to last year getting to, be in the final tag match of the evening. And
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, so yeah, I was training long and hard all week, try to get ready for it. I felt happy getting to and excited, bringing in my Muay Thai training. So I got to utilize some of those skills, if you will, in the match. But uh, it started off me and Sierra having a one-on-one match, and then there was some interference by Joey Jet Avalon, who
Again?
yeah, he grabbed my ankles and I face planted onto the mat. But lo and behold, we got our pal, the fanny pack kid Cal Hero, running out to save his pal Linda Kay.
That kid with the fanny pack. I like him.
Yes. So thank you, Cal, for coming to help me out. And
When are
then,
we going to have Cal on the program? We talk about this kid over and over. When are we going to have this kid come over and put over to PWR Today?
well, we can make that happen. I have connections.
we know some people, right? How many people would we have to talk to get Cal Hero on this show?
Hopefully just Cal himself.
Hopefully just Cal himself. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, how sad would that be if we had to go through 2 levels just to get to Cal?
Oh my. But just to fill you in on what happened. So Joey Jet Avalon then got the best of Cal because Drew Hernandez from OVW, who was Joey's tag partner, which was supposed to be for the main event, came out to help him out. Joey Avalon was swinging his shovel toward me, and we had Sierra holding me back. Both me and Cal were down or held back, and then all of a sudden, Val Venus runs out to help us out, and it turned into what would be the main event of the night, which was a 6-person tag match where I got to team up with Cal Hero and Val Venus. Come on.
Wow.
Yes, it was.
You get awesome to say you've been in a 6-man tag, intergender 6-man tag with the Hello Ladies guy.
Yes, which he did loud and proudly say in the mic. Hello, ladies. Okay, I can't do it like him, but Asherpin got a great hello, ladies from the Val Venus. That was a huge pop. But yeah, so we had the match, and I don't know if you've seen any of the pictures or videos out there, but I got to come out in my Muay Thai traditional Muay Thai attire.
I got to be honest, Linda. I have nothing to do with any of your training. I have no benefit from it whatsoever. But I kind of popped a little bit. It's going, yeah, that's my partner. Yeah, go get it.
Yeah, it was awesome. I got to have for my entrance. I got to do this traditional Y Crew ritual dance, which Muay Thai fighters do before a match to show their respect for their coaches and gratitude and thanks. So got to show Asherpin, Wisconsin, a display of that. And then for the main event this time, when I came back out, I got to come out with Cal and come out to wake me up before you go. So we got to dance around the ring with the kids. It was awesome. So in the match, at one point I got knocked off the apron and onto the ground.
It's like you had a jitterbug, huh?
Yes, jitterbug. Well, at that moment in the match, I climbed up. I saw that only Sierra and Cal were in the ring, but Cal was down in the corner. I decided to tag myself in, hop over the top rope, tag Cal, I hop in. This time Sierra's backing up, and then Joey and Drew step in front of me, but then Val comes in, knocks them out, and then Sierra gives Val the low blow, but when she turns around, guess who's waiting behind her? Linda Kay, baby. Hop on her back, give her the rear naked choke standing rear naked choke. She taps out, get the win.
So you got your first win.
Yes. Well, I got a win last year in Ashburn as well.
Okay.
It was another submission, but
so you're undefeated in Ashburn.
Yeah, undefeated. Period. Now I'm 2-0, baby.
Wow, I'm 0-0-1.
Okay, that's right.
I have I was eliminated by Haystacks Ross in a 10-man battle royal, and he was the winner. I made it down to the final two, but then I flew.
Well, I mean, you never know. Maybe at another or future GLCW show, you'll get your shot back in the ring too.
I don't know about that. But speaking of all things GLCW and things collar and elbow, did you have your collar and elbow warm-up gear on? Because I know you said you came out in your Muay Thai gear.
I did have. Well, I had my collar and elbow T-shirt on before I unveiled my ring attire, but I also had my collar and elbow raincoat jacket. It's nice and thin and light. It's currently on the collar and elbow site on sale amongst other items. Yes. So our sponsor, the great Collar and Elbow brand, make sure to go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Check out the latest and greatest wrestling street fashions. We got summer wear. We got some jackets because it was a little cooler in Wisconsin this week, so I had to break out my windbreaker.
Yeah, it was nice. All the doors and windows are open at the house here, so I enjoy it.
Yeah, so if you want to save yourself 10% off your order, make sure to use the promo code Linda K. That's LINDAKAY to save yourself a little money. Before we proceed, though, Meathead, I got to tell you one other tremendous thing that happened at the Ashburn show this weekend. We had an appearance in the crowd to support his fellow wrestling men and women.
Yes. Did you get those hands?
I did. It was the one, the only Braun Strowman, or Adam Scher.
Adam Scher.
Yes, was at the show in Ashburn. Now, word was buzzing like Braun Strowman's here, because I think a lot of us know that he is originally from Wisconsin. I didn't realize how close.
And I believe he's got land out there. Yeah. To be honest with you, that's why he was at the show.
Right. Yeah. So I was doing my entrance, and I happened to look he was sitting in one of the risers, Meathead. So the way the ring is set up, it's an outdoor festival. Yeah. There's a couple of risers directly around the ring, and then the rest of their seats out into the park, standing room only as well. I see this huge man sitting there, and I'm like, holy crap. He's sitting right there watching the match. Because normally I'm out there announcing, and I would see most of the show. This time I was back waiting to come up for my match, and so I didn't really see much of the show yet. But I go out there right before I go on. I'm like, oh my god! So
and he's looking jacked too.
Oh, he's looking fantastic. But he was out there just cheering us all on. I'm like, this is amazing. And after the show, I got to talk with him for a while, and what a great, kind man, just telling us like how much he's there to support us, and it showed. He was out there just cheering us on. So I did see him out there like clapping and cheering, getting the crowd going. I was like, is this happening? It was so awesome. It really was an awesome experience.
I mean, just imagine. I mean, you don't have to imagine because you lived it, but you're sitting there doing your thing, and you've got somebody that's been at the top of the card, top of the worldwide card, cheering you on.
Yes. Unbelievable.
Well, I don't know where we can go from there, but we're going to try. Let's talk a little bit of the news, okay? I've got this one that I pulled, and Linda, we joked about it last week. We said maybe we should have a one-off show, for a special, week where maybe we're on vacation or something. We talk wrestling and music. I've got some wrestling news for you. That's a little bit of music. Chris Jericho talks out loud about how he was trying to get AC/DC's Back in Black to be the theme song for when he came back with his feud with the Pinnacle. You remember that when they came back in those like Sons of Anarchy jackets?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Apparently, AC/DC wants nothing to do with the wrestling business. They didn't even bother returning a call. Can you believe that? They're looking to license the music. Hey, man, we'll pay you some money. What do you need for Back in Black? AC/DC likes wrestling enough to work with Fox. Because are you ready?
Oh yeah, and
That's the
WWE
SmackDown
as a
theme.
whole, how many AC/DC songs have we heard as a theme song for
Right,
pay-per-views and shows? SmackDown,
right.
as you mentioned.
So maybe they're just blowing AEW off. Who's to say? But
Maybe they have a thing with WWE. I mean, even going back to like the Undertaker days when they would play Highway to Hell.
right. Maybe they do. And, it's just like if the AEW were going to run a show at maybe Madison Square Garden, maybe they say, look, we have a gentleman's agreement with the other company that we only run their shows. Maybe that's it, right? But a call back and say, hey, you know what? No, thank you. They tried to get Running with the Devil after Eddie Van Halen had passed. They literally came back and said, 500,000, which is a very polite way of saying no effing way, pal. But dude, Jericho says he sees that they're playing Back in Black on Applebee's, so I guess they only like baby back ribs or something.
Oh man, perhaps. I do hear Back in Black for Applebee's commercials. Now you mention it.
Baby back ribs, something like that.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing too. Jericho. I know that you mentioned to me kind of off air that you're going to be checking out Fozzy in a little bit. Jericho states that the band will be touring starting in September again. So you made fun of yourself, and we joked about it as well about you picking up Jericho, but thinking you weren't going to get any points over the summer. It looks like it might be the fall when he's touring. But then again, maybe he lines up his dates along with the AEW dates. Who's to say?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of looked ahead at the AEW pay-per-view schedule prior to our draft date, and I saw the possibility of him maybe missing Full Gear, but maybe he'll be back by then because I think that's in November, but we still have All Out.
All Out's in Chicago.
September. Right, which is in September, yes, but it's at the very beginning of September. So I'm thinking I'll still have a good shot at getting some Jericho points come All Out just because he is a big fan of the city of Chicago as well.
Yeah, and you said that the shows in the Wisconsin area are going to be coming up real soon too, and then the Milwaukee AEW shows in August. So
yeah, I'm actually gonna see Fozzy performing this week. Actually, I'll be up north in Wisconsin in the North Woods for Rockfest.
There you go.
Is on the bill.
I almost got lost in Wisconsin in the North Woods yesterday. I was driving around in the middle of bum F nowhere. But it was a town called Friendship, so I felt like I was being loved. I don't know.
There you go.
Let's talk SmackDown from Friday night. Linda, you said you watched, yes?
Yes.
What were your feelings? And we'll go over some of the segments here. What were your feelings on SmackDown with only 1 week to go and really the final ever SmackDown in the Thunderdome?
I thought as a whole, it was good. It kept me engaged. There seemed to have been some last minute switches that they had to do. I know we'll get into it, but I know we'll get into it, of course, but Bayley's injury, like the setup into the first live audience SmackDown since COVID.
Yep.
But as a whole, I think they got some movement in some of the storylines, but I think a lot of the focus definitely again on Roman Reigns and the Usos. A lot of back and forth segments backstage, but if that's going to be what the main attraction is, if you will, once they hit the road, I think that was done well just to keep us more engaged onto what we expect to see come SmackDown Live.
The first thing that we saw, which is something that we speculated on here on the program last week, Matthew, myself, I believe, and maybe you and me as well. I don't remember when the news hit, but Jimmy Uso having been arrested for a DUI again. Jimmy Uso was on SmackDown on Friday. Looked like he was a prominent player on the show. I don't really I'm kind of indifferent how WWE handles this, really. Do they suspend them? Do they use them for a little bit and then put them off? Whatever, it doesn't matter. They've got stories to tell. So Roman Reigns hugging Jimmy and Jey Uso. The family is tighter than ever.
Absolutely. I was still a little questionable about it at the very beginning because once Roman was hugging the Usos, he had that look on his face, that face.
Right.
makes you wonder, is he gonna be there
CNC,
for
things
them?
that make you go, hmm.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was a nice start though, to kind of get things rolling for SmackDown.
I didn't know how I was going to feel about this. The Baron Corbin being stripped of his kinghood, not shaving now and getting his entrance taken away. He's, his hair is growing back in, his car getting towed. I actually found it pretty damn funny that Rick Boogs and Shinsuke pulled up in his car because they bought it cheap at an auction. That, you know what? Like I said, I didn't know where I was at with this. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, and they amplified it by having the in ringside pedicures for. I still wasn't sure what all that was about with Big E and with Pat McAfee, but
Well,
having
yeah, they're sitting in the foot bath.
mm-hmm, uh, but having Baron Corbin just looking a bit more disheveled, it's working for this, and it's helping push along this feud. I kind of felt at first like, oh, just is this a Barry on Baron Corbin again? But
Yeah.
it's, I think, working toward both their favor because now Shinsuke is getting back more in the limelight as a singles contender. I know he has Rick Boogs with him, but he's not a tag team. But
Boogs is
having
entertaining. And again, he's not playing all of it, but he's playing some of that. That's a hot
mm-hmm,
guitar. So
yes, and then having Baron Corbin. I mean, he may have lost his chance at Money in the Bank, but there's still something there between him and Shinsuke. I would think. I mean, he's got to get his belongings and his mojo
yeah.
back, if you will.
Hey, the women's tag team champions were looking for some sort of competition, and apparently they were going to face somebody that had never been on SmackDown before. A brand new team call up from NXT. It is Shotzi and Knox. Tegan Knox was the battery saver, the battery charging on
Mm-hmm.
NXT for the last couple months. She debuted last Tuesday. She returned, came out in her flannels, and now this last Friday, Shotzi Blackheart, Tegan Knox, Blackheart and Shotzi and Knox are in the women's tag team division on SmackDown.
Yeah, that was quite a surprise. Especially with
And they get a
Shotzi.
non-title victory on the champs.
Right, right. So that's good. I mean, that's great to see some more women's tag teams making their appearance on the bigger shows for SmackDown Raw. I was a bit surprised just because I know Shotzi and Ember Moon were just recent tag team champions at NXT, and I know that Ember had her one-on-one match against Raquel,
Yeah.
but that was due to Raquel beating up Shotzi being injured. But you mentioned Tegan Knox just making her return, flannel and all, and then now we have her in a new tag team, and it's Shotzi and Knox.
Shotzi and Knox. That's what they're calling them.
But I think it works. I see Tegan having this a wild side to her as well, and they came out on the tank, and I think they looked great. I think they paired nicely, and they got that win. So perhaps we get a rematch. I'm sure they'll
Yeah,
demand a rematch.
we're gonna stick with women here, and we got a little bit of movement in the women's division as far as the women's Money in the Bank ladder matches, the women's title match, and Bayley addressing her injury. Bayley will be out up to 9 months. She's got a huge knee brace in there, and she hurt herself training, getting ready. Bayley's going to be stepping away for a little bit. Your thoughts on first, Bayley getting injured. Secondly, Carmella, who was in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, was bumped up to this Friday SmackDown's women's title match, which was taken off the pay-per-view against Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan, who continues to beat everybody that was in the Money in the Ladder match, put into the Money in the Ladder match. The Money in the Bank ladder match. Boy, oh boy, I'm going to get it right one day.
I got you. Um, well, very shocked. I know you had sent me and Matthew the news about Bayley being out and injured, and I just wrote back "Wow" in all caps because,
Right.
man, that's crazy. That they've had. I know we've gotten Bayley and Bianca a couple times already, but this I believe would have been the third time, or like it should have been the tell all, the final
The
between
final.
yeah between them, and they've been having a nice build up, a nice lead up to this, and her getting hurt during training. I mean, gosh, I mean, that's disappointing and sad, obviously, especially for Bailey. But I think it was cool how they had her come out and still, cut a heel promo showing her injury, and hopefully she recovers well and fast, because she is definitely a superstar in the women's division, and you'll talk not having her there for a while. And then
Well, that's for Team Matthew Damas.
yes, that too. He's gonna make some moves here.
Or is it Team Matthew Mandela?
Oh, you're right. Sorry, it is T.
I don't know. Is it last year's name, this year's name? Who knows?
Nelson Mandela. But we had Sonya Deville come out and say, I was expecting it, just a new replacement for Bianca Belair at Money in the Bank, but no, it turns out we're gonna get a women's title match when SmackDown goes live this week. And as you mentioned with Carmella, I think that was a great choice. I know Carmella was one of the participants in Money in the Bank, but given she's already won it twice.
She's technically, she's a 2-time winner.
Yeah, so I think that
2 times in 2 months. I mean, when they redid the match and she won it again.
Mm-hmm. I feel that most people would assume she wouldn't win for a third time, so perhaps that was a reason internally where we would have Carmella bumped up, as you said, or she has that huge return. She is a star. She's been champion. She looks great. She's the most beautiful woman in all of WWE.
She's the self-proclaimed most beautiful woman in all of WWE.
Right. She's a great heel. Let's put her against strong babyface there, Bianca Belair, and I think it was a great choice to put her in. I'm a little surprised that they're putting it on SmackDown instead, but then again, this is for a live audience. Let's put it
in front of a live crowd. Yep. Mm-hmm.
For a bigger audience to see. So who knows? They could even
honestly, this made sense. This made sense up and down the board. It actually makes 100 cents, right?
Yeah, and then as you mentioned, we now have, oh gosh. Who's replacing her in Money in the Bank? I'm just blanking.
Liv Morgan.
Right now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan getting her spot, which I feel she was going to get anyway with her.
Somehow. Yeah.
Yeah. So good for her. So she's in as well. And that sets us up for this Friday for the title.
I think so. Hey, Seth Rollins defeated Cesaro to qualify for the Money in the Bank. I have both of them, so I guess I wasn't rooting for really a win or a loss. I was rooting for a tie where they both got shoved into the match.
Yeah.
But Seth Rollins defeats Cesaro. We still believe that Cesaro is going to be a champion at some point before the end of this fantasy season, but it's just not happening yet.
There's still time.
So Rollins says, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did it. He's proclaiming himself in the background. Hey, let's talk main event segment here. The last match ended about 20 minutes to the end of the show. Linda, they're so thin still. Now their last segment was a talking segment for 20 minutes. Holy smokes.
And, it was kind of predictable that SmackDown would end similarly to the week prior, just because of the still shots, how Edge has been bragging about making Roman and Jimmy and perhaps now Jay attempting to tap out, I guess, with it's not during a match, but with the chair bar. Yeah. I mean,
and the Mysterios helping out as well, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, members of the team they call Meatheads.
They are still the champs, huh?
Well, I mean, it's not like they're out there doing anything with it, but yes.
I heard about that, to be honest with you, because I remember Dominic being out and then Ray being out after the Hell in a Cell.
That's right. They don't have anybody else to take the belts. Who else are going to be the champions?
Alpha Academy or Street Profits again, I guess. Or Rude and...
Street Profits are hurt too. Montez just had surgery.
That's right. Okay. Bobby Roode Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
Make Boogs and Nakamura the champs.
Ooh, I like that.
I mean, yes, the Alpha Academy, because, I mean, Otis is... He's not talking like that anymore. He's talking like Otis.
Yeah. But anyways, to your point, to your question about the roster being so thin, another 20-minute talking segment. But, I still thought it finished strong just because we knew we were going to get the build to the end, be strictly about Roman Edge. and we saw a lot of action. You said that Mysterio's coming out to help out Edge, and then we had Jay come out, and unfortunately he got the bar in the mouth again, and we got that money shot that I think we'll see at SmackDown next week, or this week, excuse me. But I think it's a nice lead up to that one-on-one Roman Reigns Edge match that we've been wanting since WrestleMania.
And we're going to get it. And speaking of getting it, you guys are going to get another edition of PWR Today tomorrow morning with myself and Linda Kay as we talk about the final Raw at the Thunderdome, and we make our way towards live WWE fans on Friday Night SmackDown. So for Linda Kay, I'm the man they call Meathead. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. So long, everyone.